I did my notes, and my kid looked them over, and he said, "Mom, you used the word historic 3 times in one paragraph." He gave me a list of synonyms. But we are in the historic Chinatown International District. The historic, see, I have to look at my notes. Nihonmachi, Japantown, and the renewed Nippon Kan Theater. And hopefully there's some photographs up here. But this is also significant in that Bruce's best friend and assistant instructor in Seattle was Taki Kimura, a Japanese American who was gathered up and incarcerated during World War II. And now we're assembled in a time when we witness families and friends split apart, detained, and deported. But this is a new year, Happy New Year, and I'm just really happy that we can reflect here on Bruce's immigrant status, celebrate the teachings that he gifted to us, and be inspired to persevere, defy stereotypes and racism, and I could go on and on. But I was supposed to talk about the early years, so I'm going to go back to 1961 and 62, and we have some Garfield grads here. We have some stamp collectors, I assume. You can raise your hands. Stamp collectors, Bruce, okay. And of course, we have all the BruceLee fans. So 1961 and 62, Seattle was a different town. I remember Space Needle and the Seattle World's Fair. So UW tuition was $88 a quarter, and I could pay either a nickel or 25 cents in the parking meters in the CID. And the CID is really special to many of you still. It's our cultural home. But I remember walking down the streets when everyone could wave and knew each other. And there was a lot of chatter about that new kid from Hong Kong who knew good food. And my dad heard that, and he asked if he would teach the Boy Scouts in Chinatown, which he did. And my brother was a Boy Scout at the time. And Dad invited him to our house for a home-cooked meal by my mother. And he was sparring in the backyard with my brother and showing some kicks, and I was impressed. And he said, "Well, just come." And I said, "Okay." So on Saturday morning, my dad took me to this class that was in the basement on 8th Avenue. I'm not sure. It may have had a dirt floor. We'll have to check that with Linda. But, so that was Saturday mornings, and we took Linda. Well, that's another story. But the class included meditation, philosophy, and instruction in Kung Fu that he learned from Ip Man. He was high energy, always kind, positive, serious instructor, and also a jokester. Like, people asked me, did I feel odd being the only girl in the class? But I really didn't, because I was pretty oblivious. I was focused on all of the education that I didn't receive in regular school. Bruce introduced me to the yin and yang. He had Tai Chi in his class, besides the Chinese philosophy, and yes, of course, the be like water, be like bamboo. And as a 16-year-old, it was quite impressive. So I was hooked. Bruce also introduced me to acupuncture at a time when acupuncture was pretty unknown in Seattle. And I remember I had physician friends, and when I would ask them if they had heard of acupuncture, they muttered voodoo. And now it's commonplace, and your insurance covers your acupuncture. I'm 80 now, and I remember calling Linda one time to share how I had been thinking about and realizing that Bruce influenced the trajectory of my life. Her comment was, "Oh, Sue, you and many others." And yeah, it's so true. And when I see this stamp, it reminds me of Linda too, because she was a cheerleader and could do the same. Yeah. And Shannon is special too. We're so lucky. She asked me what did I remember about him, and so I just put a few notes down that Shannon, I cherish your having the benefit of your dad's model of diligence, instruction and knowledge, classes that taught me to trust my intuition, be aware of my surroundings, embrace opportunities and learning, and just enjoy people and laughter. And you are his daughter and that model. So, in closing, if you collect stamps, I hope you enjoy adding BruceLee stamps to your collection. And if you're not a collector like me, I hope you just enjoy the contributions to Asia, America, and accomplishments of Bruce Lee that this stamp honors. Thank you.